Welcome back to the Weather Desk. You know, earlier this week we had this fireball and there was a loud boom. This was in the skies over parts of Ohio and Pennsylvania. And I am delighted. You know, we showed you this video coming out of Pittsburgh. It shows that bright streak moving across the sky. National Weather Service says the flash was likely a meteor entering the atmosphere. And I'll tell you, somebody I know who had a lot of interest in this and continues to follow it. We have one of my colleagues from Toledo. We have meteorologist Ryan Wichman, and it's good to have you here from Toledo. Ryan, first of all, good morning. Thanks for joining us here on the Weather Desk. Let's talk about this fireball.
Good morning. Yeah, this has been quite the week here. Up here in Ohio, we've had snow this week. We had tornadoes and severe weather last week. The last thing we had on our weather card was to see a fireball like this. But we got reports, it was just a few days ago, right about this time in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, that we had reports from some of our viewers that heard a large sonic boom. And we were trying to figure out what could that possibly be. And yeah, there was a meteor that came into the atmosphere that was visible during the daylight, which, as you know, is exceptionally rare to see that during the daylight hours.
So incredible, Ryan. And we live here in Hampton Roads. It's very military. You know, if you don't know, we've got the world's largest naval base and a bunch of military installations. So we'll have these different things, operations where people will hear things like that. But I'm sure it's a pretty rare event where you are to have something like this. Lights up the phones. Everybody's wondering what's going on. When did you guys start to put it together?
You know, it actually didn't take long. So we're no strangers to some of those sonic booms as well. Up here in Toledo, we have the 180th National Guard fighter wing up here. So we have the jets overhead quite a bit as well. So everybody said it sounded different than what we normally hear. A lot of folks described it as either a tree crashing down on like their neighbor's house, or they said it was a large truck that must have gotten in an accident out front. It was different than what we normally hear. And it's no surprise. I mean, this thing entered the atmosphere at 40,000 miles per hour, according to NASA. They said when it exploded, it released about 250 tons of TNT, or at least the equivalent of that when it exploded. And so I'll tell you what, in this day and age, the number of videos that we have, like dash cam videos, security camera videos, has really, I think, propelled the interest in this as well.
Yeah, it is crazy. It seems like everybody's got some video running somewhere. So we are getting a lot of these really awesome images. Now, you guys shared some graphics with us, and we had the image with the lightning detection, basically detecting some type of an explosion in the sky there. You had that you shared with us. How big of an area was this visible to? I mean, you guys, here you are, you know, over in Ohio in the northwest part of the state. This was over visible into Pennsylvania. This was a large area.
It really was, and it depended on where your cloud cover was, because there were some in our area who said they didn't get to see this. But we have reports as far away as Chicago, as far away as Pennsylvania, and up into New York that saw this. And now what's going to get really interesting, of course, that bright light and streak really grabbed the attention. But as you said, the GOES-16 satellite detected that as a potential lightning strike, which we know was obviously the meteor. And then it was also detected on National Weather Service radar. Both Cleveland and Pittsburgh picked it up. And so NASA's been able to run the physics and the calculations on it and detect where they think some of those smaller pieces, the meteorites, potentially landed on the ground. And just within the last couple of hours, we've gotten some of our first confirmations from meteorite hunters. This is a thing where people that know where meteors have been reported and go in and try to find it. So for some of our first small fragments, you can see it on your screen right here, potentially that have landed. So obviously this still needs to be confirmed, but amazing that something so large as NASA said, maybe a small car when it came into our atmosphere, broke up into pieces that are as small as, look at that, just a couple of blades of grass.
It's incredible. This is kind of like the ultimate Easter egg hunt kind of prep coming up on Easter here. Folks going out searching for a different kind of an egg, in this case, the meteorites. Now, again, this thing was pretty good size. You said about the size of a car. It explodes, and now these fragments have rained down. This is a story, obviously, it's captivated our interest here as well. Folks are still buzzing about it, or is it starting to already subside a bit there?
No, absolutely, because everybody wants to see if a larger chunk's going to be found. There's some people that are skeptical. You see images like that streaking across the side of the sky, and they go, "Was that really a meteor, or what in the world really was that?" So I think finding some of the fragments are going to be important to push down some of those questions that people have. But here in Ohio, it's incredibly rare to find pieces of meteorites. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources, I was just checking their website, they've only have 14 confirmed instances of finding meteorites on the ground here in Ohio history. The most recent one was 1990, so 36 years ago, since we've been able to confirm it. And the curiosity really still has everybody's attention.
Man, it is something else. And I'm assuming here, because we hadn't heard anything, no injuries or anything that we're aware of directly related to that.
No, thankfully not. And that was pretty cleared up very shortly as well. I will say NASA, with their projections and how the thing disintegrated in the atmosphere, they did project that perhaps objects up to 22 pounds
Wow.
may have survived that initial explosion and fallen to Earth. We haven't seen anything anywhere near that size. But of course, I just talked to one of those meteorite hunters this morning, and they said they're heading back out today. They want to see if they can get something bigger.
Man, it is something else. Well, I'll tell you what, Ryan, we will be interested to hear. So y'all let us know if we do find some of those larger chunks showing up there, okay?
Absolutely. Will, love your show. This is really cool stuff.
Hey, thank you so much for being a part of it. Ryan Wichman from our sister station in Toledo. Thanks so much, man. Have a good one.